Good evening and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the listing show, and we are going to list tonight. I promise you we're going to do some listing. I have ads ready to list. I have things like credit cards, postcards that we might take a look at too. I definitely want to get used to this new listing tool. New for me listing tool, as I indicated in the description. I've been resisting it. I've been using another tool to list the postcards, which have been my primary focus recently. I have 675 listed. So we're making our way to the first 1,000. I'm pretty happy. Excited you guys are all here. Welcome to the show. I saw Doing It Wrong. How you doing? Welcome. Jiminy, Cocoa Buff. That's funny. Welcome to the show, Doing It Wrong. That's kind of funny. Hopefully you folks remember the song. I know the song. But yeah, man, I'm pumped. I continue to be pumped up about the postcards. I'm listing up a storm. I'm starting to get a little more picky already, believe it or not. I'm starting to pull out repetitious stuff. Not just, dupes on cards, but repetition, like the same venue, 5 different views, things of that nature. I'm going to show you some examples right here that I happen to have. I picked up an all jersey lot of what wound up being about almost 500 cards on Whatnot from Popeye's auction about a week and a half ago now. And I have a whole bunch of, great place to see a show, by the way, Garden State Arts Center cards. It's just an outdoor, for those that don't know. Can't see it with the stupid green screen, but do we have any that we could see without the green screen? Garden State Arts Center. So we have actual, duplicates here with these two. We have a couple of other ones. I think I have like 15 of these cards right now. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling them out and maybe listing 1 or 2. And there was a few other examples I had of this is another one I seem to have tons of for some reason. It is the glasses go on because I can't read. Everybody lurched away. All right, this is in Ocean Grove, New Jersey. It's a seashore town. There are probably about, no exaggeration, 15 to 20 of these cards or variants of them that I have right now. It's inside of an auditorium that is in, I don't know if it's still there, but in Ocean Grove. And at the time, anyway, it was considered the world's largest organ was contained within. So I have that one. I have this one. I have this one. I listed 2 or 3 already, and I think I have at least 10 more. So I'm starting as I go in and I get my 50 or so to put in each separated, the binder thing that I'm using to separate the whatever the word is. I'm just getting a little more particular. I'm pulling out stuff so I don't have 20 Ocean Grove Auditorium cards listed right now. And I'll go back to them, of course. And this is another one where I have 3. I like the card a lot, and the ones that I've listed so far, I've already sold a couple. High schools in little towns. This is Red Bank, New Jersey, high school. Plain and simple, right? But I have 3 of them. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm getting a little more, a little more, not picky, but I'm just trying to separate stuff that's repetitious. I was talking to someone earlier who isn't here yet, I don't think, but when she comes in, we'll address her accordingly. And she was like, don't worry about dupes. It's a good thing. It's easy listings. And that's true to an extent, but, and this is probably a foolish mistake on my part. Right now, I'm not sorting things necessarily. I don't have that many, but eventually I know I'll wind up sorting things like street views all in one thing, beach stuff all in one thing, right? And then I'll list them. But right now, since I only have this 500 or so to plow through from the Jersey stuff, I'm kind of just grabbing a fistful, counting 50, scanning them, listing them, scanning them, listing them, and putting them in my little tub. And what's happening to me is I'll have, let's say I have this Red Bank one listed in A7, right? All of a sudden, when I grab, 3/4 of the way down the tub, I'm in A11 or so. There it is again. And I'm, at this point, I don't have enough to worry about. I only have 675 listed. And believe it or not, you sort of remember images, at least I do. But I wind up second guessing myself a lot. I'm like, do I have this one listed already? So I have to go back and search the term in eBay. It becomes a little annoying, Again, one of the laws of the whole postcard thing was the ease of listing. So now when I see this stupid auditorium, I just pull it out, throw it on the side. Oh, there you go. This one isn't being affected by the green screen. I take it and I throw it on the side. So I'm getting a pile now of cards that I keep on the side that represent stuff like that. Repeats or very similar views. And then eventually I think I'm going to also start cherry picking, as everybody says. And what's the reverse of cherry picking? I just want to pick out some lousy ones, like some really generic, a flower in a park with nothing else, things like that. So just want to keep everybody up to date on my my craziness around postcards and my silly little methodologies. But I am psyched. I got 675 listed already. Well on my way. I'll have 1,000 by this weekend listed. And again, we could all rest. Matt is here. Welcome to the show. Lursting, welcome. Lurst away, everybody. Jeff is here eating dinner, not lursting. Not thirsting either, hopefully. Welcome, Jeff. Accidentally, yes. A slip of the finger. Wow, holy cow, congratulations, 3,600. Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So if you followed any of that intro madness, I'm getting pickier is what I guess the way to look at it. I don't want to keep listing the same stupid view over and over and over. Or the same, this one silly auditorium in Ocean Grove. I can't, 20 cards. I mean, there's enough other stuff that I want to get to. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Welcome. Multi-quantity listing if they have both unposted the same device. Yeah, again, I definitely get it is easy in quotes to have just put 4 of that or whatever. But the pain in the neck for me at this point is I'm listing 50 at a time and I'm just kind of grabbing a handful, like I said. So I guess when I get to the point where I start sorting things, this will be much less of an issue. If I have 20 of these auditorium cards sorted separately, I won't be surprised when I reach to the back of the my tub to list, and here's another one, and it just kills time because they all start to look very similar. Some of these things, these schools, high school, 1905 high schools, they all kind of look the same. A lot of those white border cards with high schools on them, they all kind of look the same. And I catch myself, sometimes there's a car in the image and sometimes there isn't, and that could be a difference, So once I start sorting, I think all that'll be less of an issue for me. But right now, it's bugging me a little bit. Yeah, if I had them all together, Mark, I would do that. But they're not together. That's really the reason for this little rant, as everybody calls them. But it's not a rant. It's just a philosophy of mine. Once I start sorting them, in theory, I should get the 500 cards, lay them all on the floor, whatever you do, and just kind of put them into piles. And I'm not doing that yet. I'm just grabbing fistfuls of cards. In this case, they're all New Jersey, so it makes it pretty easy, But if you guys can imagine, if you didn't have it sorted, right, and you're just grabbing fistfuls of cards and listing, and all of a sudden, 5 fistfuls down, there's a repeat of that auditorium, and you're like, wait a minute, did I list that already? And I have to keep going back and searching my term, and it just slows the whole process down a little bit. Hey, Kelly, what's up? You're small enough to flip over to monks. No, I don't want to do that. I really like this system that I'm using. But I think the key to avoiding what's aggravating me already is sorting them before I list them. Oh, yeah, absolutely. 30 different views of the same building. That's another thing, right? Sometimes there's just these little tiny differences, right? Like I said, a car maybe in the front of them, or an image of a couple walking by or something. And that makes it unique, sure. It's a different view. But in the instance of this auditorium, which is probably the biggest example, and the Garden State Arts Center, which I have 20 cards of for some reason, they're just not popular enough to warrant, for me, sitting there listing 20 versions of the same little thing that isn't even that popular. I don't know. Open for discussion as always, but I think what I'm going to start getting in the habit of doing is, which I haven't had to do yet, is sorting them out prior. A lot of people talk about that and the benefit of it, whether it be by state. In this case, it's all New Jersey. I don't have to sort by state, but I can sort by stuff like that. So I have out of those 500, I probably have 100, beach scenes, people on a hanging out on the beach with a boardwalk in the background. Sometimes it gets very, it's hard to distinguish between the different types of cards because they're all so similar. So if I sort them first, and like Mark said, let's say I have 5, Ocean City, boardwalk, whatever, exact same ones. I'll just put them all together. One listing, quantity 5, away we go. That's a beautiful thing, but it's just a pain in the neck to go back. I find myself constantly going back into my own store recently to see if I listed that one. Anyway, that's enough of the postcard complaining. I love it. I'm a big fan. I'm proud of the 675 I got up already. I still have 500 basically untouched from the eBay one. So I should be at 1500-ish, 1500, something like that. I need to go watch the Same Sky postcard video. Not familiar with it? Does it speak to what I'm crying about right now? It's all the same sky, something like that. So welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you had a good week, personally and professionally. We've had this, did I tell everybody about the bathroom renovation we've been going through since October 4th? Our master bathroom. First time we're getting an upgrade. You know, it's a long time overdue. We live in a townhome. 17 days in, we're still not done. Now tomorrow it's supposed to be done. Oy vey. But that's wrapping up, and look forward to that. Having a nice, clean couture bathroom to go into, especially for my wife. Mrs. Flippett likes, she only demands the best when it comes to her commode situation.
Really?
Yes, we're talking commodes. I understand the reluctance to load your store with junk, but people do tend to come in and buy a bunch of stuff. Yeah, totally. I'm not really against listing. I just need to sort them. That's what I've determined for myself. I need to sort them first, so I'm not constantly going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, because that's counterproductive. I'm trying to list as fast as I can. Oh, okay, gotcha. Really? And then just superimpose whatever the new city is, and that's kind of unique. Well, tonight, excuse me, what I thought we'd do is we're going to polish off a few of the ads that I've had sitting out there for a while from previous shows when we used to list. Remember those days? I do. So it's kind of a scatterbrain thing. I have a folder from 1904. I have a couple of World War II ones left. We'll go through and we'll list some of them together if you guys would like that. And it would be the first time I'm doing a listing show with the new listing tool. So I want to see how smoothly or unsmoothly that goes. There was actually a couple of cards I did pull out for tonight's session to discuss with you professionals, questions and things like that. But I have a private mailing card. I think that's my first one, which is the oldest type, I believe. Correct? Incorrect? What it is, I couldn't tell you because I can't read it, but I'll read it. And I'm sorry, it keeps getting blurry. Oh, we have to tap the camera and you'll be able to read it. I think. There we go. The Laurel Inn in the Pines, Lakewood, New Jersey. Kind of cool image. You got the horse and buggy thing. Obviously a very old card right there. With that Congress rule from 1898. Really good condition, though, considering a 120-year-old card, right? Something like that. Which I've never looked up. I might look that up right now. Did I mention I have the worth point now, so I could look that up? Just rock and roll. Let's go to the eBay screen up. Let's pull this up and see if there's anything out there. Should we share with everybody? Let's do a little research together. Postal Pioneer and then private mailing. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mark. So it's not the oldest by a long shot. A Pioneer, the ones that were the Pony Express, delivered by Pony Express. The private mailing is still pretty old. Right? Oh, sorry about the focus, folks. I switched it for the card. There we go. Are you part of the Never Sort group? Yeah. I'm starting to see the benefit for sure. And again, I know, my numbers are paltry compared to most people out there that are doing it, but since it's the first time I'm doing this, from day one, I've said I want to try to get into good habits and all, so I don't want to start. This could be, a big deal for me if I don't sort them and I just keep listing, wasting time. Anyway, let me pull up a eBay screen. We'll take a look together at this one just for the heck of it. Something fun to do. Share screen. I'll make this a little bit larger so we can see the font. There we go. Okay, cool. 1901. Thanks, Mark. For that, readjust this thing. Another sorting crew. Yeah, and that's indicated on the back of this specific card anyway. All right, let's take a look. Read it out for everybody. This is and it's also that Detroit Photographic Company, isn't it? It says copyright 1901. The Laurel. Hines. Is PMC an acronym or an abbreviation for that private mailing card? I have no idea. There we go. Whopping $8. Team postcards. Have any sold? Not a one. Well, anyway, the way I typed it in, which is basically verbatim from the card itself. The Laurel in the Pines, Lake, New Jersey. Private mailing card. So somebody's got one up for what, $8? It said. Yeah, Kelly, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I think I might embrace that approach too. With this one, it's simple because they're all the same state. But yeah, break them up by card type is even an option. Just that's a lot of work on the front side, but I think it pays dividends down the line, especially when you have mega numbers like you guys have. Yeah. How about a platypus? A platypi? Try Terapeak. Yeah, I will. I'll check it out. We're going to go through the whole drill. I just wanted to show everybody kind of the rudimentary stuff first. So there is one card. It looks like this one right here. It says 1901 too. Let me make sure you guys can see the new screen when it popped up. I hope you can on YouTube because they only give you one screen on StreamYard. No, you can't see it. Sorry. Anyway, I just pulled up the detail on that one. So yeah, it's up for $8. Somebody with 32,500 feedback. So they've been around a while. All right, and then as Jay Smith was saying, we could try Terapeak. Research Terapeak. I should have copied. The oldest card I've had so far. Oh, I'm sorry. I got rid of this. That was stupid. I got rid of the. Yeah, hold on. I'll go back to the comments. I see people call them. I'm not going to ignore everybody. I promise you. I never do that. You saw that's funny. Terapeak research tab. Talk to me, Matthew. Talk to me. Open one window, a Terapeak tab, a WorthPoint tab. And just have them all kind of up at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. Groovy. I haven't done the copy and paste thing, but I usually, if I'm doing this home and I'm researching, that's what I do. There's actually another tip with the 6-bit. You could actually look up comps right from that screen too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like big fan of copy and paste. Same as Kelly, you sort by state era and sometimes publisher. Sure. Yeah, well, this is 500 of all one state. So I'd have to drill down a little deeper than that with at least this initial batch I'm doing. Let us pull up the Terapeak results, and you can see it's awfully similar to what we just saw. One sold. No, currently live. There are none that are sold. So there's only this one, right? But you know what? We got the Terapeak too. Why not fire that up? And before you do that, make sure you forget to copy once again, so you have to type it again, because that makes for very entertaining television. Yeah, without question, man, absolutely. IMO running items in a number system instead of caring about the content makes much more efficient to find this catalog don't matter as long as each card is unique. Unique by condition. Interesting thought. Interesting. Hey, Sal, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. I had Dawn do some stealth reporting to figure out. We couldn't figure out what you meant by heavy hello. I guess it just means like a hearty, robust, how you doing? So right back at you, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Don't worry about letting the chromes. You can pretty much just arbitrarily price $3 to $5. It doesn't seem to matter if something amusement park is something unusual. Well, that's the fast path to listing. All right, one more time. Liquid. Private mailing. Laurel in the Pines. All right, and let's pull up, even though we were told in a Facebook group not to do so. I wasn't told not to do so. Let us pull up a little Worth Point action. Oh, she blows. Ungats, as they say in Brooklyn. Nothing. Boundbrook. Wow, I used to live right near Boundbrook. So, with all this said, I mean, again, tell me if there's some other places to look or whatever. I know there's other sites we could look on, but at least with these, the Terapeak, the generic eBay comp search, and the Worth Point, we found one card for $8 and change. And I put in, you know, verbatim from the card itself. Roll in the Pines Lakewood. Here's this one, but it's a totally different view, as you see. It's a white border. It's much newer. And Matt was saying this one sold for $8. I don't know if there's anything super unique about it, but it's a nice, attractive looking card. Sold a year ago in April for $8. Well, there you go. So I have apparently a fairly unique card. There's not a lot of them out there, which you would think is not a surprise, right? There probably aren't that many private mailing cards in circulation, especially relative to the newer stuff. Not that it's super valuable or anything. I just thought it was a cool thing to look up together. That's all. And then what else did I have? Did I have another one? I thought I had another one to look up together. I was intrigued by. I might not have taken it out. I know Mark did SM Postcards did a video all about these types of things, didn't he? Let's tell everybody about it, Mark. And when Omni Sleepy Dawn gets in, she'll put the link in for you for your video. Yeah, pretty much. At that point, you kind of have to just wing it, right? It's like name your own price within a reason. I mean, like I said, I know it's not anything super valuable. I just thought it was pretty unique, and it looks like the little research we did so far proves that out to an extent. There's only one card listed. It's live now, but it's only, like I said, for $8-9, whatever. But then again, that other person that listed it for $9 may have foolishly just put a number up too that he has no idea. But yeah, I know exactly. We were joking about that. Yeah, they're supposedly lousy cards, but I'm thinking perhaps the whole horse thing. Sorry again about the thing. Hold on. I don't know if maybe that kicks it up a little bit. The people might dig that kind of the horse racing stuff. You know, but we'll see. Big fan of moving cards as well, Mark. I like that approach. Just get rid of them, right? I'm paying 50 cents, 40 cents per, 20 cents per, 30 cents per. I agree with that. Get rid of them. Yeah, but didn't you do a whole video about those things, Mark? The QSL cards? I could have sworn I just saw one. So it was kind of cool. I don't know. I thought maybe the chariot race type horse. What do they call that? They used to have them all the time in the Meadowlands. I used to go to those things when I was a teenager. What is it called, everybody, when you race like that? It's a type of a horse race. Honey, what is this called when they have the horses race with the little guy in the cart in the background? What is it called?
You were the father of one of them.
What is it called? No, it's a type of racing specifically. What is it called? Not the horse. What is the type of racing called? When you have a jockey in the thing.
Oh my God.
My wife.
That's a standard bred, though.
I'm not talking about the horse. What is the type of race called? It's not chariot, of course.
No, you got that in my head.
In the Meadowlands, they used to have this all the time, and I used to go.
I know. Hackney racing.
Hackney, but there's a different word.
No, it's not.
Yeah, there is.
That's Hackney.
Maybe, but there's a different word. They didn't call it that at the Meadowlands. Anybody ever go to Meadowlands, New Jersey? Watch the horses? What is it called? Hold on. Got to go to the Google now. Drive me nuts. Hackney, Hackney. Another word for it, which I will discern. Hackney is a type of a horse. That's not the race. Hackney horse.
No, that's a standard bred.
No, it's a Hackney horse. A stylish carriage horse breed. It's a type of, but the thing is called, my goodness, I can't believe I can't remember this. Lands. Horse racing. God, I used to go to this thing all the time. I used to bet on the ponies. What's up, Connie? How you doing? Trotters? No, there was a. I mean, I'm not saying any of this is wrong, by the way. It's just there was a harness racing. Harness racing. Thank you, Wikipedia. Harness racing. That's what it's called. In the Meadowlands, anyway, they used to feature harness racing. Harness racing all the time. Harness racing, honey. Anyway, thank you, everybody who tried to look it up for me. Yeah, no problem. I figured that. Maybe if I put harness racing. Yeah, there you go, Kelly. Thank you. Kelly found it before me. Harness racing. The horse needs to go to the Blue Factory. Thank you very much, Barbara, too.
Oh my God, did somebody just say the horse needs to go to the Blue Factory?
Yeah, that's not cool. That's Mark. He's from Chicago. He doesn't know any better, honey. Try this. What's up, Jim? Yeah, harness. Thank you, guys. Sorry. I think it was every Friday night they used to have harness racing at the Meadowlands. I don't know if it's still a thing, but years ago I used to go.
Hackney racing.
Hackney is the type of a horse.
Hackney. Don't you trust me?
Look up. Everybody in my chat wrote harness racing, harness racing, harness racing. It's harness racing. That's what the sport is called. It's a Hackney horse who's bred to pull the
standard bred is bred.
Okay.
To do that. I had a standard bred. I know.
Anyway, good stuff, huh?
Jasmine was a free cake survivor.
Yeah, you're predicting great things. Thanks, Mark. It does make for a handsome looking. Put it in a bicycle spokes. Make that cool sound.
Why are you getting rid of that postcard?
It's garbage. It's a type of a card called. Hold on. QSL.
You like that? Your daughter was one of them.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the two interesting quote unquote cards I pulled out for everybody's discussion this evening. So let us commence now. Without any further ado, we will go on to the print ad section, get some stuff listed, go through the agony of using this new listing tool. Thank you. Potato sack racing. There you go. I'd bet on that. All right, everybody. I'm going to start with, because I did a video on it recently about the smaller ads that sold. This is the full page. Let me pull up my eBay screen one more time. We'll get this going. Let's talk print ads for a few minutes. I feel like listing print ads. I got to get rid of the ones that I have sitting in my folder for no reason because I'm stuck on these postcards now. Drafts. Where are drafts? Okay. We're going to start with these, with the 1904. And for those of you who haven't seen the show in a while, at least the listing section of the show. This is the advertisement. It's from a ladies' home journal in 1904. And this is an example that I show often. You see it says October 04. You see how many different ads there are on this one page? What I do is I scan the entire page, just one scan, into my computer using the groovy A3 scan that I talk about all the time in my videos. And then I virtually cut them for the purposes of listing. I just crop, put the dimensions in, list them. And then when one sells, I'll physically cut it out, ship it out. But on this one, we listed, I think we listed this Jell-O. We did. We listed this Jell-O ad a few weeks ago on one of my shows. But underneath, there's some other ones. So what I'm going to do is, that's the physical piece of paper, right? And there's more on the other side, too. So occasionally you have to take a look at the two sides and kind of determine for yourself which one do you think has the most sellable ads. Because obviously, if you cut one side, you're going to damage the other one. All right, so that's the physical piece of paper. And let me pull up my eBay screen. Which is right here. You're greeted with this really ugly looking new tool, which again, interestingly puts photos first, whereas you always used to have your title first. Screams to me how important photos are and how relevant all the words we put in are, pretty much. Sometimes, anyway. So Marty's going to mess up and list it as divided back unposted print ad. Yeah, exactly. I got to get my print ad chops back. Well, here we go, everybody. Let me pull up one of the pictures. The one I just showed you all. We'll do a little virtual cut and paste action or crop action. Let me know which one you guys would like to list. We'll take a look at further. Here's the whole page. Again, the one I just showed you, right? The scan. Wow, this is all different too. My goodness. How do we enlarge it? We don't. I don't like this thing. I don't like it at all. All right, we're going to crop. I'll pick one because I looked already. We're going to pick this one in the middle. Okay, Leslie. Again, one scan. But because the new listing tool is not good, we can't reduce it anymore. So let me save that, and let's see if we could do it again. We can, I hope. No, we can't, folks. So much for everything I'm about to say, because this new editing does not allow us to do what we always were able to do. What I would normally do is cut down all the way to the point where all we had was this one little ad, which measures, that was something I wanted to bring up. That one is 4 inches long by 2 1/4, or 2.5 wide. But yeah, this presents a dilemma for me, because I would always just go like this, and now this is as far as we can go in. Let me save that. Maybe after you save it, you could do more reducing. Nope. Well, that's lousy. So what I'm going to do is probably just have to do, actually copy. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get around this, everybody. Thank you, eBay, for screwing up something that worked really well previously and now making it more difficult. I'm just going to do a crop of the actual photo in my thing. I'll just take a second, and we'll save it up as an individual ad. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I didn't realize you couldn't crop as small as I need to. But thankfully, with my regular Windows tool, I can. All right, I'm going to save that as a copy. Bam. Now let's pull that in and continue with the festivities. Here we go. That's how I want it to look, everyone. But that's a little, what was it, 4 inch by 2 inch? I tried to crop a crop, Kelly, and no, nothing. It limits to, I guess, how small you can reduce it on this one editing tool. If anybody didn't know that, because I certainly didn't, there's the sad truth about it. That's as far as you can crop. Well, there's the picture. And presuming you guys can read this, I hope you can. It looks really small. I know that. This is an advertisement for Mincemeat. It says, "Hey, Mrs. Bridge," said Mrs. Nonesuch, "it will be a lot of fun to take you around while we get the things from which Nonesuch mincemeat is made." So it's a couple of ladies going out to pick up some natural fruits and whatnot in the garden. to create mincemeat. Or you could just buy this wonderful new product, Merrill Soul from Syracuse, New York, mincemeat. This is 1904, so it qualifies as antique. Anything over 100 years, we're going to call antique. So 1922 and 1921 and prior, I guess. That's all right, Kelly. You're also lursting, right? Wow, this really does stink that we can't, and you can't blow it up either. That's another real big problem. You see that? You can't blow the image up like I was always able to do. So I'm going to just take the picture by itself on the side. Hopefully everybody can still see the screen. Yes, it looks like you can. All right, the company is called, it's None Such. Mincemeat. So measures, we're going to go down to the measurements. 4 inches tall by 2.5 wide. This one is going to be $12.99. 6 ounces. Wish 6 ounces. I have to change all this stuff because it's the first time I'm using this. We're not doing free shipping for postcards. Oh, we're doing print ad policy. Everything else I think is pretty much the same. Yeah, I don't like how everything is so linear. I know I've complained about that previously, but it does bug me because you find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, which lends itself to a phone, which I'm sure is what they were trying to achieve. All right, so the brand would be, it's definitely black and white. We got to change the category too. Let's do that. We are definitely not in postcards. We are in other bakery shortments. Store category is going to be food ads. That's just for my own personal inventory system. Wow, look how slow this is, everybody. Does anybody like using this tool yet? Maybe we'll see a live crash on the air. That would be interesting. Great promotion for you for eBay. We got the spinning circle of death. Might have to move on to postcards. What do you think? Man, what is going on? Yeah, to Mark's point, looks like we done been screwed. I think you're right, Mark. Look at this. A whole lot of nothing going on. You do like the new tool, except for a few bits. What are some of the bits you don't enjoy about it? Doing it wrong. Do you enjoy this? Hey, Grant, how you doing? It's good for images, not much else. See, I beg to differ because I don't know if you just chimed in, but I just went to edit and crop an image from a scan I had, and it only lets you go down so far, and then it caps off how far you can reduce it. That's not cool. And you can't blow up the image in your screen, and that's not cool. Yeah, please do, Mark. I know you're in charge. You have the secret button. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, might do a little refresh action. Hysterical. Hey, Steven. Sulky Racing. Man, oh man alive. Look at this. Can't make this stuff up. Mark, you did it? All right. Give it another couple seconds. Mark hit the international internet button that he has on his desk. Yeah, we are definitely in crazy territory. What was I even doing? All I was doing was saving the category, right? Yeah, I was trying to switch my category. Food ads. Can you guys see this? I'll find out in just a moment. YouTube. Yes, you can. Good. You could. That's one nice benefit. You can see the different categories I have now. You can never see that on listing shows before. So anyway, Mincemeat, baking, original. The brand is None Such. Has anybody ever heard of such a brand? I haven't. Type of advertising, enter your own. Oh, how do you enter your own type of advertising? This is really awful. What do you put in your own stuff? Yeah, it's like going backwards 20 years for me. Yeah. Where do you enter your own type of advertising that I want to write print ad? You see the dilemma here, everybody? See, it says type of advertising. How do I add my own specific that I want to put in print ad? It's not a sign. It's not a sticker. Edit all options, and you could edit all. Up here? No. Edit all options. There we go. Cool. Thank you. Well, just gives me categories. Is there an edit all for this section? Item specifics. I see an edit all down here for variation. I see an edit all for pricing. Where's edit all for item specifics? Yeah, Mark. Well, I figured, could you get on the phone with them? I know you're busy fixing the internet, but if you have a minute. What's up with that? Where do I can't add that, huh? It's not a specific, so I don't care about that. No good. No good. Take me back. Custom item specifics. No, that's just a an item specific. What I'm trying to do is, for anybody who doesn't see it, type of advertising, you always have the ability to input what you want. Now I'm limited to sign, sticker. Neither of which apply. I want to put print ad. And item specifics does not have its own little edit all options field. You click on this one, it all has this category, store category. Useless. There should be like one of those things right here, shouldn't there? All right. Yeah, we're bailing. We're bailing big time. We're out of here. Save for later. I'll play around with that on my own time. No reason to bug all you folks with this level of minutia. So yeah, thumbs down, new listing tool when it comes to print ads. Useless, as a matter of fact. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? You could add a custom. Yeah, but that's like a custom item specific. Welcome to the show, by the way, Sandy. Good to see you. It's funny. You can enter your own, just hit the plus. No, I'm done. I am so frustrated. I'm going to throw this thing. No, I'm not kidding. You ever get like that? There's people who are sitting very close to me, but I won't mention their name. They get so frustrated with technology, they physically throw things. But she has headphones on, so shitty. There you go. Yeah. I'm just going to send him this video. That's all. Hey, eBay. What do we do? Should we go back to looking at some postcards? You know what we could do? We did this once before, and it was kind of fun. What I'm going to do is I'll just open up a folder with some of the scans I have, and we'll take a look at the postcards together. And Mark could say, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. That's all right. Throw it out. I have a nice little folder system here, which I think these are the new ones I just scanned a little while ago. In fact, I know it is. Let's see if we can do this. Hopefully we can do this. Let us share a folder together. Take a look at some postcards. What the heck? Sound cool? I think it sounds cool. There we go. Oh, a lot of posts. Well, not a whole lot. 100 images, 50 cards in my little folder labeled B3. Let me know if there's any that you would like to see. Actually, let me see if when we open one, if you can see it or not. So we'll go into this. I'm just going to pull one up completely haphazardly. Nope, and you can't see the other one. All right, so we're going to pull one up at a time. That's what we're going to do. And how we accomplish that is we share just the picture instead of the whole. And it's funny. The one I pulled up, and I didn't mean to do it, but it's one of those examples that I have 100 variations of the same kind of a card. It might be a little different umbrella color on some of them, but eerily similar to a whole bunch that I have. Let's try to just share the one photo, shall we? There it is. Bam. I've got to have, like, all joking aside, 20, at least 25 maybe of this basic card in Ocean City. There's a lot of Ocean Cities, by the way. There's an Ocean City, Maryland, place I play all the time with my Beatle band. There's Ocean City, New Jersey. There's probably endless amount of Ocean Cities. Probably in Ocean City, Maine. Right, Kelly? But this is one of those examples, where I have so many variants of a card similar to this, and it gets, you have to be creative. At least I need to be creative in the way I titled them. Try to come up with new ways to say boardwalk, beach, in many cases, convention center, waves, sunbathers, swimming, beach. That's a nice card, though. Linen. Looks like a linen has that effect to it, which I love linens. I like just the aesthetic of the linen cards. I like. Oh yeah, I have no. They will. I know. I'm just showing some cards off. Yep, of course. That's what I did with the other stuff too. So there's a one. Oh, cool. We can have this open maybe, and then hopefully if I open up another picture, it will populate. Nope, you have to pull each one individually. This one's kind of nice. I have other ones that's called Tent City, but this one's unique because it has an image of some folks, which the other ones don't have. That one's nice. Corner of Tent City, Ocean. I have tons of this town called Ocean Grove. You have like the handheld fan. You got a broom sitting there for no reason on the edge of the corner. Again, Tent City. I have a bunch of these. I have a couple of black and white ones that just kind of show a whole row of these tent houses. I guess they're like little beach houses down on the water. No, nobody's saying they're bad cards, by the way. On the contrary, I like them. I'm just showing you some cards. Yeah, exactly. No, I know. I am. Jeez, Louise, you people. Just showing you some cards. But I have a lot of variants on that one. And this one's unique. I don't have anything like this. I have a couple that say Tent City, but they're nothing like this. They're just kind of an image, almost like, not aerial, but like a little more elevated image with 20 of those houses, black and white. This one's nice because it has the people walking up there, the handheld fan, stuff like that. So that's number 2. Try to share ones that are quasi interesting, I hope. Oh, this one is unique for one reason, at least to me, and maybe you guys can give me the right terminology for it. It is unique, at least to me, because stop sharing. One at a time. It's such a pain in the neck. You got to do one at a time. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. All right. Looks like a black and white City Hall. Another one. I have a million City Hall cards. I've seen them all over the place. No, we're not getting into price yet. I'm just showing you different types of cards, but we could get into prices. Debate. What's cool about this one is you see the when I blow it up, you can see. Yeah, you see this stuff, guys? It's like a purple sparkle. It's on the card itself. Is there like a name for that by any chance? And it looks like it's stained there too, but I thought that was kind of cool. It's like a physical sparkle. They just put some sparkly dust on the perimeter there. Looks kind of cool in person though. It has like a little shine to it. It's just an image of this Paterson, New Jersey, another town I have a bunch of cards from, and sold a couple already. So people must enjoy Paterson cards. I'm just curious if you guys know what or if there is even a name for that kind of stuff. Do you call that like enhancement, glitter. I don't know. Were there dead birds? I didn't see any dead birds. Glitter. Okay, cool. Mica? I don't know what the technical term is. Yeah, glitter works for me. Mica or glitter. I did not scan that one in the duplex because I remember seeing Popeye say that glitter and stuff can get it. Yeah, I didn't. I just did a regular scan on my my printer has a scanner with it. But thanks for reinforcing that, Barbara. Yeah. Exactly. Tinseling? Seriously, is that the correct term? I just thought it looked nice. It's the first one I've seen some of the greeting cards. Obviously, a lot of the greeting cards had that, but this was just a interesting enhancement on a rather boring image of a city hall. And guess what we got in this one, everybody? Now this one for Jay Smith, for Kelly, get your research hats on this one. We have one that's exciting. It's modern, or much more modern, but it has the all-important. What's this over my head? TV on, multi-view, Chrome, Chateau Motel. I'll look at the back to see where it is, but it's going to be in New Jersey somewhere. We got TV on, folks. Color TV on, too. TV on, Mark. Name your own price. We're gonna beat Mark's 1900. Pretty cool. I think it's the first one I've come across. I wanted to show everybody. TV on, baby. Putrid color scheme, obviously, but that's okay. Let me see where this one is. I don't have to pull it up. I'll just look up the back of that card. See what town this is in. This is in Spring Lake, New Jersey. The Chateau Motel. Air-conditioned RCA color television. Free ocean bathing. Breakfast rooms. Ceramic tiled bathrooms. Refrigerators and picnic corners. Sun decks and porches. Oh, it's right near Freehold Raceway. Speaking of chariot races. Yeah, I'm thinking of redoing the whole thing. The whole basement that color. Pretty cool though, right? We got a TV on. So you know what? Let's do a little research. Le Chateau. AU Motel. Spring Lake. I'm curious to see. There's a couple of people that listed, but I don't think anybody put TV on in their title. Fools that they are. Now, let me show you this. There we go. That's what's out there now. Anybody put TV on in their description? I don't think so. It's kind of funny too. It says Spring Lakes only motel. Not a big town. And none have sold, at least on in recent times, 90 days or so. I guess yes, this one sold for. See, this one only sold for $3. And it does say, and it's not 80s at all. It's way before that. TV on, $3. Just sold on the 20th yesterday. So, kudos to Crow's Postcards. Another stud here, 122,000 feedback. But $3 beats a quarter, right? That was kind of cool. The first TV on card I've come across. Oh, yeah, we all watched you this morning complaining about sales, which is part of the whole thing that we all do. It's never enough. Really sorry about the listing thing with the ads, though. That's terrible. You have to. I'll do that off air. We'll work on a good way to do live listing shows or print ads with this new system. But in the last 2 days, that's cool. Sluggish. That's a good way to describe it for me too. I think you spoke about this earlier. It's like you were dead. Was it yesterday you were saying you were dead most of the day, and all of a sudden at 5 o'clock you had this flurry of activity? Similar things with me. It's like it seems to be like dead for stretches, and all of a sudden you get like 2 or 3 really quickly, and you get all fired up, and then it's dead for another hour, and then another one comes through, and 2 or 3 come through. They in my world, that's definitely true too. They come in little small, like bunches. 6. It's still afternoon over there where he's on the West Coast. It's 7 o'clock here at night. But I always enjoy, like, if I go to bed at midnight or so, it's only 9 o'clock on the West, so sometimes you'll still get a couple of sales under the, like, 2 in the morning my time, but it's still 11 out West. And you end up adding to your tally for the next morning. It's kind of cool to wake up and see a few, you know? Yeah, always better than nothing. That's absolutely true, Kelly. Let me show one more thing. And again, welcome to everybody. Sorry, we were going to do the listing show for the print ads, but the new tool has made that difficult for, at least at this point. I didn't realize there were so many things different. Not so many things, but a couple of key things like that photo editing thing. B2. Okay. Yep, better than nothing is exactly right. You find most of your sales are low value, no one's buying expensive items. Yeah. Stuff you'd actually have to ship first class, right? Yeah. But as we always joke about, but it's true, the numbers game thing comes into play in a situation like that, right? Even if they're low dollar, if you sell a lot of them, hopefully, or a decent portion, you'll make something. And once in a while, maybe you get the big hits. Matt, are you mostly a postcard guy? I know you sell a lot of everything, but do you have a really hardy amount of postcards listed? I've never checked it out because you talk about them a lot in the shipping shows. I don't know like what percentage of your store is postcard related. Yeah, see, that's the worst thing about running sales. I hate that too. Exactly. You run a sale at whatever percentage, then you get offers, or you're kind of in my boat. Sometimes I'll get a bunch of watches and I get excited about the watches, but then I'm realizing, wait a minute, I'm already doing a 25-30% off sale, and now I got to go in and, not that I have to, but if I want to sell something, sometimes I have to go in and do another 10%. It's outrageous. Yeah, maybe it's just the sluggish term was a good one. Wow, 15,000. Okay, so yes, the vast majority is still cool. And you were saying you got into this about 2 years ago, Matt. Is that true? Like full throttle with the postcards anyway? That's encouraging that you could build up that many in a relatively short period of time. It was very good work. Same thing with Kelly, who was amassed a monster stash on his store. He puts a lot of work into it. The listing. Sometimes I pick a Matt's soul page. It's probably good. So extra items. Oh, sure. You left your job in January of 2020 with 3,000. Okay. And you're up to 20. 2+ years. The vast majority of which are postcards. Hey, what's up, Hensley? How you doing? Yeah. Were you in real estate? How you doing, Ansley? Good to see you. Oh, wait, I was firmly entrenched in the whole Wall Street thing. Worked for Morgan Stanley then. Actually at IT, but I was still doing mutual fund stuff. Yeah, right. January. What timing that was? My goodness, January. Man, I'm down about this. I was looking forward to doing some listing tonight. Let me open my screen one more time. I'm not going to share it yet. Let me see if a couple people said there was some more options available if you hit plus sign somewhere I had. Let me see if I can find that. Maybe we'll do something else. If not, move on to plan B, which doesn't exist, but we'll move on to some other conversational piece. I remember a few people saying one of the things they liked about the new listing tools, you had all this flexibility. You could edit things and kind of show what you want to show and not show what you don't want to show. And that was kind of being heralded as a great new option. Okay, I'm going to pull the screen up again. Full time since 0607. Cool. I am going to try again, Kelly. Yep, variety is the spice of something, right? Well, the sky is, wow, beautiful. Sun is up, the sky is blue. Yeah, we're going to try this again. You guys can tell me what to do here, if you don't mind. You're not doing anything else. Hope the same Mincemeat ad, because that's exciting stuff. Okay, here's the field that I'm struggling with. I want to be able to add. This is the right section. Let me scroll down. Sorry. Type of advertising is what I need to change. It's presenting me with two options. We have this big edit all options at the top, which just takes care of categories, store category, second category. So that doesn't apply. We have, somebody was saying hit a plus sign. This is for item specifics, like a custom item specific, excuse me. You know, that's not where I'm going to put print ad. I want to have type of advertising, the ability to add a type of advertising. So let me go back to the comments. Everybody knows, please let me know. Nope, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It's limited. That's it. There's no more, like, it's just odd that this one block, like, the item category has an edit all, the title section has an edit all, right? But this whole block here doesn't have that. And the only addition is customized specifics, which existed before, right? Where you could add like something extra, but it's not, doesn't apply to the field that I want altered. Like it doesn't give you any add-on here, right? And then you go down variations, which is for multi-quantity. Condition is kind of self-explanatory. You could change this, show all options for the description. Pricing, every field seems to have it except, exactly, Barbara, that's what I'm looking for. How do I not, that's not cool. You have two sign and sticker type of advertising. What's up with that? This is my quandary. That's a big one, to be honest with you. Click on sign and see what happens. It should allow you to add a custom specific. Yes, this is a custom specific, right? That's not a type of advertising. Like I could write type of advertising print ad, but it's not gonna change the mandatory one that's in there. Hi Victoria, how you doing? Appreciate all the input. sign, click on sign. Yeah, it does allow custom specific. Right, you should be able to type it in. If you want to put type of advertising under the custom button. All right, so on the second line, type print ad. Yeah, that's all it does. It doesn't change this portion where it says type of advertising, which isn't required. You can see it's an additional, so thank God it's not like it's a required specific. So that's all I can do now is just put this in print ad, and then I have to blow off this section. Good to see you, Victoria. Thank you for coming in. Sorry, I'm not usually this all over the place tonight. It's just this thing threw me. It's the first time I'm doing a live listing show with the new tool that I got reeled into like everybody else a week or two ago. Yeah, me too. But it would fill into the section where it says type of advertising, not, an additional, what was the terminology? Additional option. Click on the sign. Oh, on the first line, you have to write type of advertising. Right, and that'll just create its own phony thing. But the type of advertising field up here, hold on. I'll X out this. We'll create a new one, I hope. No, we won't. We won't. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so there you go. Type of advertising print ad. Let's just get rid of it. Type of advertising print ad. Hold on. Is this Victoria for the win? Victoria. Sure sounds like a lot of extra work instead of just clicking on a blank box and typing print ad, right? But that's kind of cool. Thank you. That looks like the workaround. See? Yep, it filled out that field. Be nice if I could save that, right? I wonder if you could save it. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Victoria. That's going to be the workaround. And the other one is gone, right? That I had in there, I hope. I got to look at everything. Oh, I forgot to type my... Jeez, hold on. I forgot to type my description thing, which is kind of like a canned thing I have on all the ads. Not all. Sorry if you guys hear Sherlock up there going nuts. Probably an Amazon delivery taking place on my doorstep. Yes, a million thanks, Victoria. There you go. That's my canned thing. Perfect for framing. Light age toning. Whether it applies or not, it's good to just have that in there. And then you wind up exceeding expectations, right? If there's no damage whatsoever. Not damage, but if there's no age toning. Well done, Victoria. Yep, it combines. Awesome. No, I made one. Yeah, I'm in the category. Correct. I know. But where it says type of advertising, it's just usually a free-form field where you could type print ad. Yep. Victoria, tremendous. Thank you again. Yep, Victoria, big time for the win. I made it far too difficult. That's true, Sandy. You're right. You could have clicked either sign or sticker, and it will give you a box to type. Ooh, is that right? See, that's actually phenomenal. Hold on. Now that I put print ad, it's in there. See, it says frequent. All results print ad. So now, maybe that is a new one that I've added. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Struggling through my first print ad listing using the new tool. And struggling is the right word. All right, now that I have that in there, I wonder if it's going to keep it. Like Sandy just said, maybe the fact that I entered it, see that? You do the drop down and now it's in there. Sign sticker print ad is now an option. Well, you know what? We'll find out when we do the next ad. That's what we'll do. All right, so let me just get this on really quickly listed. Women. Actually, looks like grapes. Grapes. Be specific. Okay. Grapes. Right. This is going to be a rush. I just want to get one through and see if it retains that Fernand thing. So awesome, Sandy, too. Thank you. Maybe it'll save there. I just want to make sure I'm not accidentally leaving things blank that I'm just so used to using the old one and sort of taking for granted that stuff was in there, and I shouldn't do that. Got the dimensions in, got the shipping profile in. Yes. Yes, I do manage payments. What do you know? Listed for free. What a bargain. Bam. And now we'll do a good old sell similar. Imagine that's not an option. Here we go. Create similar. Get rid of this one. Print ads on there. Sandy, thank you very much. Victoria, thank you very, very much. I think we're sorted now. Good stuff. Disaster averted. Frustration kept at a minimum. And away we go. Yeah. Really cool. Thank you. All right, that makes it a lot better. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more. But the only thing is I am going to have to keep cutting up the ads first. So let me do that really quickly. We'll pull up another one. Get rid of the Mincemeat ad. Sayonara for that one. I'm so used to clicking on my postcard thing. It's crazy. All right, that one is done. Next, we will pull up. The whole point of this, believe it or not, I know it sounds like ages ago, was to discuss how the smaller ads sell well too, and that you shouldn't avoid listing them. I also always look, if you guys remember the page that I was showing you, this is what we're pulling them from. Stuff from this era, especially, you're going to see a lot of the quack medicine type ads, you know, cure for baldness, cure for this, you know, virility, drink a tonic, elixir of life, all that kind of nonsense. And they do really well, but I don't see it on this specific one. But it's something I always look for in the old, I mean like pre-1910 advertisements, certainly 1890s advertisements. You're going to see a lot of those kind of things. Quack medicine. And if I had any quack medicine, we'd be listing it because we listed one on a show together a couple months ago, I guess, at this point, and it sold really quickly. And it was small too. It was like a same thing, 2-3 inches at the most. All right, we are going to pull this up. Save a copy. Really interesting brands at this point, many of which don't exist, some of which do, obviously, but a whole lot that don't. And that makes them even more collectible when you can find unique stuff that you don't see anymore. So let's pull this in. And this one is an example, I hope. Van Duzer Vanilla Extract. Van Duzer. That is the brand. UZER, right? Yep. So cool that this is keeping that thing. That was crazy. I was like, how am I going to do this? Print ad stays. As long as I save this as a draft, going forward, I should be golden. I guess this could also be baking because it's vanilla extract. Beautiful. Was that one the same dimension? Let me check quick. I think it's smaller. This one is only 2.5 by 2.5 inches. Has anybody ever heard of this brand, Van Duzer? Certainly have not. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to refresh something on YouTube. We are ready to roll. 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, everything else is kind of the same. Let's take a look at the image together for a second. Again, it's unfortunately not as big as it used to be in the old tool, but I'm just going to have to get used to it, aren't I? Background removal. Yeah, that's kind of a cool option. I'm just looking at some of the tabs here. Sharpness, cropping, brightness, and you can rotate it. Very nice. A vanilla secret. To get the full strength of a fine vanilla extract, never add it to the thing it is flavored while the latter is hot. Okay. Fruit extracts. Van Duzer's fruit extracts. Change this to fruit extract because that's actually the title. Vanilla fruit extract. Again, how you doing, Johnny? Welcome to the show. Tori, I love those quack ads. Yep. Electric hair brush that cures everything. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're hysterical. The claims. Really not much in the photo that's unique or anything to talk about. It's out of New York, okay. Add the extract while the material is partly or wholly cool. I often look for, and again, for those of you who have watched many of these listing shows, which usually a lot better than this one, quite frankly. I always look for to see if there's a recipe included or something, which in this instance, I guess a 2-inch ad, how much could you fit? It's a miracle they got as much as they did. So there's no recipe or anything to add. So I'm going to let this one kind of just go out there as is. Says it all. Let's list it. After all, it's free. It's a list. All right, create similar. Actually, I am going to save this one for later. So now I have a draft in place for the 1904. Let's go to the World War II stuff and finish that. I have a few left of those. And this way I can alter this one too. And we will give Sandy's method a try to make it easier. And see if I can just click on. That's funny. Tell me this one doesn't have the type of advertising. Oh, because I'm in a category that says original period items, US. Okay. Pull up a picture. Gotta get used to having the photo on the top. Even that, as silly as it sounds, it's just it's almost like muscle memory at this point with some of this stuff. I mean, you change it up, it's like, whoa. Man, I do not like how small this photo looks. You guys can see it in a second. Look at that. And then you can't blow it up. No good. That's as big as it gets, everybody. I'm sorry. It makes it really difficult to read everything like we usually do together. But this is an ad for Ivory Snow. So I'm going to put that in. Oh, we're jumping around, but this is from 1942, so we've gone way, way ahead. Detergent. Now, if this doesn't speak directly to the war, I will not indicate that. Sometimes I'll put World War II era to capture people that have an interest in that, which there are lots of. But because I can't read it because it's so small, I don't know if it makes any mention of the war. So let's pull it up in a photo category, a photo folder. Let's see. It says anything. You have to trust me on this because you can't say it. Like I even look for simple things like buy more war bonds would be enough for me to put World War II in there. I'm scanning through all the wording and it doesn't look like it says anything. All it says is to save stockings. Now I get up to 20% more wear. Save silk stockings. Remember, perspiration is acid. It destroys stockings. Did you know that, everybody? So as long as you use your Ivory Snow, it will destroy that acid. Miss Ivory Snow tells how to get longer wear. So I'm going to put Miss Ivory Snow. There's like a little character down there. Use suds in cool water. Okay. No mention of the war here. So with that said, I'm going to change it to era. We're definitely going to get out of this posters and prints military because it does not apply in any way, shape, or form. It really applies to like soap and detergent, and we'll do health and beauty. Yeah, I can do it on the computer separately, Kelly, right? But like here, when I, usually you've been on a million of these shows, usually if I open it up on eBay, we can zoom. Well, this is as big as it gets now on eBay because you're committed to going into this editing tool. So if I open it separately, yeah, I could always just share a separate window. But then I have to go out of eBay to share that window. Oh, yeah? Well, here I am. And I'm scrolling and I'm doing this. I can I can make this all bigger, but see how the photo stays the same? Not good. Like there's not a resize thing. Let's see what this says. This is just tips on photos, I guess. Okay. Unless Victoria has a new trick for me. Talk to me, Victoria. What do you got? Can we make this picture any bigger on eBay? See, when I expand or blow up the screen, it just blows up the everything but the photo. Not cool. Okay, enjoy, Mark. No problem. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks for helping out with the stuff before. Appreciate it. Check Mark out on YouTube. That stinks. Perspiration is acid. That's a dramatic thing, dramatic set of keywords. No idea on that one. No problem. Perspiration. Look, it sounds funny even writing that. Perspiration is acid. Detergent flakes. I'm going to put in there because that's what it is. Flakes. Let me try to do any of this. Original. Yep. Here's what we're going to have to do. Enter our own. And what did we say to do this the quick way? Click on one of them, hit a drop down, and as you see, there's no print ad, so it doesn't save it until you do it as a draft. Now that's the way to work around it. Beautiful. Thank you again. Print ad. This is 42, was it? Yeah, I hate to say. Admit it. Just gotta get used to it. That's all. Not modified. Color is black and white. I have to add myself. See how this one you just pull a drop down on? It's that. Make sure I change my dimensions on this one. So, 10. This one is pressed higher. This is 1999, but that was the last ad. 1699. What's my store category? It is definitely not airplanes, but it is definitely clothing. Okay, I'll put in clothing in my store category. Yeah, that is odd. I don't know why it doesn't do it on mine. Always did. All right, the brand. How do we populate a brand? We take one of the ones that are there and change it, right? Into your own. Every snow. Excuse me. All right, just again, just getting used to something new, that's all. It's used, yes. Perspiration is this. All right, I think that's good. What's that one too? I'll tell you what. This has been abysmal, no doubt about it. Not a fan, but again, not going to keep complaining about it, I promise. I'm just getting the kinks out, I guess. At least I know how to. No, Control and mouse doesn't do anything except blow up the interface that's for the photo editor. That's what I was showing everybody. I've been doing this a while. I never had a problem, but What do we do? Had a whole show built around listing. Guess I'm going to have to go back to 6-bit and do my postcards. It really is a cool tool. I still have like 10 days left on it, so I'm going to use it right till the last day. I'll make a game time decision as far as keeping it or not. I'm definitely leaning towards keeping it right now. I wish there was a way for you to share your screen, Jay Smith. Yeah, it's just keeping it like a. Is your scan of your ad small in size? No. And it's just the fact that it doesn't blow up at all. Like if I pulled up, I can show you. I'll pull up the same one. What was the one we just said? The perspiration one, right? Actual size. It's huge. Yeah, I'll share this, and you can see how what a high resolution it is. All of them are. That's why I use that big scanner. Let me just show you. It is a crop of a crop, but even like the big one, that's the new one isn't a crop of a crop. That was World War II. That's a full 15 by 10 inch ad. The little ones were small, sure, but not the big one. You think really? That's strange and not cool. I just want to show you how big this perspiration ad is. I'll share that. We can figure this out. Settings, prints, sent. Yeah, maybe I really will write something. I don't know if it's a bug or not. I don't know if it's just. Oh, I have fond memories of it, Sandy. I really do. They're getting fonder as we speak, actually. I didn't realize how fond I was of it until now. Like I'm just like Kelly was saying before about just sharing a screen with the photo, right? That's the photo. But like, look when look at that resolution, even like super blown up. It's huge. And then eBay just keeps you down. You see that? Not cool. I mean, look at how far I can zoom in and still have pretty clear text. You know? That there's a high quality image. You know what we could do to test? I know what we could do. Let's go into a live listing and we'll try to edit it. And a matter of fact, let's pull up a postcard, as Jay Smith is saying. Oh, nobody's going to fix nothing, I know. I'll live with it. I don't really care. If I'm by myself listing, it's not a big deal. But if I'm trying to present something on a live show, obviously I want people to be able to read, what I'm putting up there, right? That's the quandary I find myself in. All right, I'm going to just pull up an active listing, and we'll go in and see what happens when I do that. If we hit edit or revise, okay? So brace yourself, everybody. You're in experiment mode. Okay. I'll show you the original, and then we'll go into the revise functionality. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. All right, there's the live listing. All right. So same thing, like always, when you pay for that. Well, you don't have to pay for collectibles. Everybody knows you get the free photo enlarged thing. It's usually $1 if you list in the collectible category. So it blows up nice and clean, right? No problems at all. So we're going to revise it, which brings us to a listing tool. There she is. Want to make sure you catch up. Yep, YouTube has caught up. And if I go like this, it looks okay. But I can't see. This is like Kelly was saying, scroll wheel control, trying to blow it up. It blows up everything around, but doesn't blow the image up. It's like static. You can flip it and do all that stuff, which is nice. The little enhancements they did. I mean, that's the same thing they always had. You can crop, but you can't blow up the image. No good. How about a cancel button when you go to edit something? Used to say cancel. Not anymore. So when you know what you do, you close out of the window. So really interesting. A couple of things I need to look into a lot further. Obviously, before I do another listing show with print ads anyway. Yeah, that's what it is right now, folks. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, well. Everything they want to talk about tonight. I wasn't prepared at all. That's okay. Vanilla versus chocolate. It's an age-old battle. It's crazy, though. I'll play around with it for sure. I'm sure there's answers out there. Totally doing this on the fly, and I didn't think it would be that big of a difference at all. It really isn't that much of a difference. There's a lot of easy things to just, it's just a different way to access the same information. That's fine. Like, again, thanks to everybody for showing me how to add that print ad thing. But outside of that, like little things like the blowing up, again, it only really affects presentations, at least for me. Hey, Cameron, how you doing? Welcome. Cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Foolish mortals, right? Yeah, exactly. That's very true. It was. Strange, though. Which has never been the case before, Jay Smith, because I've done every listing show I've done has been print ad driven, and they've always been huge. Huge. Very odd. Anybody has any similar issues, I'd be curious to know. Or if you try to, I guess you wouldn't really know unless you were trying to present it. But you could, like Jay Smith is saying, if you just pull up and revise the listing over on your browser, you can see if it shows up larger, if you have the ability to blow it up at all, which I clearly don't right now. Of course, we could always do the age-old trick of just closing out eBay and rebooting the computer, which I will not do because I'm on live. But I really don't think it's anything like that. I've been working all day and last night and all, and so on and so on. I never had any issue with it. Then again, I haven't used the new listing tool often. I've used it with other things, not print ads. I've been listing other stuff, Disney stuff, Christmas stuff. But most of my focus has been on the postcard thing the last couple of weeks for sure. Oh my goodness. Kelly said, good luck getting someone to fix it. Yeah, I don't know if it's a matter of fixing. Maybe it's just that's how they built the new photo editing thing. I've heard a lot of people say how great the new the embedded photo editor is. Maybe it is, but it doesn't work well for zooming. Oh, Dawn, you're just in time. Welcome aboard, Dawn. Struggling tonight big time. We were trying to do some print ad listing using the new tool. Yeah, maybe that's true too. Maybe the image was so big originally. I don't know. And Dawn is listing print ads like they're going out of style right now. But are you still on the old listing tool, Dawn? I'm sorry, I should know that. I don't remember if you were saying in Canada they didn't force everybody the new one yet. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them, right? Good point, Jay Smith. Maybe it's the high res image or something. I really don't know. It never, again, with the old quote unquote tool, never had a problem. You're on the new one, okay? Well, I gotta. Have you been watching for a few minutes, or you just come in? Long, very, very, very long story short. You know how usually when I do my listing shows, right? I'll pull the print ad up, and we'll go into the photo section. We'll import the scans. I'll click on it. We'll get a nice big version of the ad, right? And we'll take a look, and we'll look at all the details, and we'll discuss them. Well, now when you go to when I go into the photo, add the photo, which is the first field now on the listing tool, and you get the photo up, it's only so big, and you can't enlarge it at all on the screen. You can enlarge, like, you could do the control mouse wheel thing, and everything around the image blows up huge or reduces really small, but the actual photo itself remains untouched. So the think tank has been trying to go through to figure out why that would be. It just might be what it is. And if that is the case, then I'm going to have to make some adjustments on listing shows. I'm going to have to do what Kelly had suggested. I could always just open a separate window and we could look at the ad itself just in like a photo, just open a photo editor or whatever. And then we could see it really clearly. But it's going to be a lot of back and forth. Out of eBay, open your photo. Out of the photo, open eBay. Because StreamYard, hopefully, maybe they'll do an enhancement on StreamYard one day where you could share more than one screen. That would be beautiful. But right now, you can only do one screen at a time. So if I'm streaming eBay to everybody, I have to X out of that, open up a separate share window, and share the photo of the ad or whatever we're trying to share. Well, thank you for coming in, Dawn. Did you just wake up too? We did discuss some postcards earlier on in the show just for fun. I'm up to 675, which I was kind of happy about. You can't zoom either. Okay, so it's, yeah. For my purposes, if I'm sitting at home and just listing print ads and I'm not on live, I could care less. I could see it fine on my screen. But it does make for lousy presentation when it's really small. There's a bit of distortion on the mic. Thank you for letting me know. Let's check that. Yes, you know why? Because it's coming through my phone. Hold on. Is that much better? No, tell me about it, Kelly. What are you doing to me? Yeah, that was my mistake. I had it going through the phone instead of my microphone. Sorry about that. She'll let me know. Please let me know, everybody. That goes without saying. If there's something subpar, please let me know. Thanks for letting me know, Dawn. Hey, Aaron, welcome. Have you thought about Discord for the life shows? Nope. Nothing. Glad you rested. Way better. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you turn your microphone on, or when you have the sound from your microphone instead. What was happening is I use this thing called Epic Cam, which allows you to use your phone as a camera, which is what I'm pointing to. And if I don't go in and add my microphone as a separate audio input, it takes the audio from the phone, which is like a foot and a half away from me, which is probably why I sounded like Krylov for the last hour and 42 minutes. Thank you. Please, guys, always let me know if something's off. It's all fixed. Like I said, when you add the microphone, it's amazing what happens. No wonder nobody was watching. Couldn't list anything and sounded like, I don't know what I sounded like. But I'll watch the replay and I'll know what I sounded like and I'll be very frustrated. Thank you. So, Dawn, bring up a topic. We don't know what to do because we can't list right now. We can list, but it won't look as good. Earlier in the show, and Sandy didn't notice. Thanks for that attention to detail. This was the highlight of earlier in the show, Dawn. Found me a private mailing card. I think it's the first one of the earlier postcards. We looked into it. We did some comps on eBay. There was one listing. What was it, $8 or something like that? Looked in Terapeak, nothing. looked in, Worth Point, nothing. Not that it's valuable or anything, but it's just, to me, it was really cool because it's the first private mailing card I had. So we talked about that for the first few minutes. I don't know if anybody heard me because I was probably sounded like I was underwater, but you know. You don't use StreamYard. It doesn't let you stream the entire screen versus one window. Yes, but if you do the entire screen, you're going to have me like in triplicate. Like it's no. Like, hold on. Do I have anything? I just want to see if I have anything else open. I'll pull up eBay. No, I've done a show like that. Actually, not a show, but I've been on for a few minutes where I forget to click that switch. It really is a dramatic difference. So thank you very much for letting me know. Yeah, definitely. But now you know why. I hope you know why. All right. Let's try what Kelly was just saying. Oh, Cameron's got a topic. Let's talk about where everyone stores their inventory. This weekend, I'm consolidating 2 storage units. Oh, my God. That's a different level when you have storage, at least for me, when you have storage units. 2 to 1, huh? Yeah. Sounds like a video, Cameron, if you haven't already done one. But I do want to check. Let me do what he was saying, what Kelly was saying. Share screen. Nope. It's the same thing. You just have individual windows, which is really, it's a nice option. They give you 2 tabs, Kelly. You have the screen, which is what you're watching me on, right? You could do individual windows, but again, it's one at a time, or individual Chrome tabs, one at a time. So I can open 20, I can share 20 different tabs, but they have to be one at a time, which stinks. Yeah, definitely. That's good video material. Yeah, that's no easy feat there. Good stuff, man. Yeah. Do you physically have the space to consolidate the 2, or is this going to be most of the fun? Is trying to come up with a creative way to consolidate 2 into 1. You have to have a lot of space. Oh, Kelly, I saw Kelly has an Instagram. Go follow Kelly on Instagram if you don't. You were talking yesterday, was it Kelly, about the Starlight boxes? You were running out or something, and you had like 20,000 cards. Did you wind up buying some more or finding a way to get some more of those things? Or are you still in a quandary? Hey, Kim, what's going on? She's been making good progress getting print ads listed. Good. After several hundred, you keep finding the feeling of all this. Very quiet people listing and selling for $9. I just keep listing higher. Yeah, you'll see the same thing in lots of products. So people price differently. It's okay. But I'm glad you're having good progress. 2 smaller units into 1 larger one. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread. I thought you were trying to like just consolidate 2 units in general. Gotcha. All right. Do not follow Kelly under no circumstances. Leave him alone. But anyway, did you wind up picking up those some more Starlight containers? Yeah, Kim, weren't you saying a couple weeks ago about you felt overwhelmed by the print ad thing for some reason? Hopefully that's going away. Trip across to Home Depot. There you go. Gotcha. Sorting, which another topic that came up early in the show, which is something I need to begin to practice, is the art of sorting. Without question. Nope. Meaning you're still, I'm sorry, hold on. One more thing to click on here. Bam. You're still struggling with some anxiety around listing them or what? Oh, this is something I did want to mention. Somebody wrote a really nice email to me, and all of you can write anytime you'd like, jimineyflipit@gmail. Somebody wrote a very nice email, which I will pull up. I'll just read it. I'll have to show everybody. However, they brought up something that I alluded to a little while ago, which I was going to make an announcement on next week. I'm still going to make the announcement, but I am absolutely doing the podcast thing. I've already edited down some videos for it. But a gentleman, again, I'm not going to give away the name or anything, but he spoke directly about the podcast thing, and his very, very lengthy email. But the podcast, he says, podcast? Absolutely. Yes, please. I love listening to and watching your Friday live streams, except for this one, of course. But it's hard to get back to specific content you find interesting or useful. I really like the idea of the podcast when you can cut out some of the other stuff that goes on, which is true, and make up a topic-specific audio experience. This is exactly what I aim to do with the podcast. So, like, again, tonight's a terrible example, but let's rewind and look at some previous really good videos where we've listed for 3-4 hours. I had great conversation. What I'm going to try to do is, especially for the first few podcasts I put up, it's going to be, like this gentleman said, it's going to be like topic, all about one topic, let's say, or 2 topics, which I'll title it, whatever, pros and cons of scanning versus using a phone for pictures, something like that. You know what I mean? And we'll have like maybe a half an hour continuous audio all about that without some of the other fluff that goes on inevitably on a show where you get, talk about Oreos and cereal and all that stuff. So that was really cool. So there's another brand new person coming out of nowhere and saying they would love to have that specific type of audio. It would really help me and hopefully others to get into the listing process in depth. Seeing you go through a bunch of them without the conversation and stuff that always seems to get in the way, even though I love it, it would be much more concise to have audio directed to one topic. Thanks so much. And that was just the last paragraph. He wrote like 6 paragraphs to me, this gentleman. But yeah, podcasts will definitely be coming. And that's the goal. We'll break it into digestible chunks without all the fluff, as he said. The oh mans and what's this and why can't I blow this up? All that stuff will be cut out. We'll just be left with prime cuts and trinkets of knowledge. So that should be a lot of fun. No, listing is easy. Okay, you just do about pricing and look at the average sale price of the entire peak and play the game of hold my price or drop. Oh, I got you. Okay. Kim, you understands that. Yep, just list where you're comfortable and send offers. So true. It's probably going to come down to offers at some point. You know what I mean? Or sales or whatever you got to do. But price, again, give yourself a little room. That's all. Even if you think you're a little bit high, as long as you're not like insanely. Don't. If you see everybody selling for $9, like you say, maybe you don't put them up for 25, but maybe 12, 13, 11, and then you have a little room to play with, and maybe that'll reduce some of that. And also make your list a little more quickly and more efficiently, right? Because you're not struggling on every single one with pricing, which is something that I'm doing right now with postcards. I don't have like, that's a $5 card. That's a $6 card. That's a $12 card. That's a $25 card. I'm looking up each one pretty much individually with very, very few exceptions. And so I definitely understand. That's where you are with the print ad thing. Makes a lot of sense. But like anything else, you'll get the knack eventually. And markets do change. And maybe that'll be maybe they'll be worth $5 and that's all anybody's willing to spend. And maybe they'll go up. That's the nature of the beast of supply and demand. Dawn's been more comfortable listing higher. Good, yeah. Why not? Yeah, 237. I've seen his store too. I follow that store. Well, I don't know about everything, but you're right. He's got a couple of really, really high price ones, but he also sells a bunch of cheaper ones too, And I'd be curious to see like what's the methodology or the thought process behind something, putting something up for $37 and something up for $4. In postcards, it's more evident, but in the print ad things, unless I'm not listing damaged ones, but like I would never price a print ad really, really low. There's no reason to, diminish the value on one of them versus the other really. But yeah, that's 237. Yep. I've seen that before too. Postcards are weird because they have alerts for towns on pay up seemingly for. Oh, yeah, sure. Right. If somebody's a collector of a certain town. Yep. And it's also funny when you see the purchaser is from the town, which I just had recently too. It was a relatively obscure place as well. And the buyer, sure enough, was from that town. So you're right. They're probably like scanning or they have something set up to automatically let them know an alert or whatever, like you said. Somebody listed, Duluth or whatever the town. I forgot what the town was. Maybe I'll look it up. But it was pretty cool. I'm happy because the couple of postcards that are selling for me, they've been like this one was $10. This is New Hampshire, just a high school. And the lady was like over the moon. She's like, "Thank you so much for this." I took a best offer. I had it for $11.99, took $10 on it for just a high school in New Hampshire. Very similar to the one I showed earlier in the show. Remember I was saying a lot of these things look the same? Here's proof. I'll pull this one up. Here's real proof of that. Absolutely. Check this out, everybody. This is one that sold yesterday, I think. And remember, for those of you who were watching earlier on in the show, before we realized it was going to be a train wreck with trying to list, I had showed an image. I think I have it right here. I'll pull it up. We could compare. Here's the one that just sold. Right, $10. It was up for $11.99. I got $10, which I'm over the moon about, you know, for a simple little postcard. As John would say, a stupid little piece of paper. Right there it is, $10. Cool. High school in New Hampshire, right? Got a little horse and buggy there, which I always like to point out. People seem to dig the horse and buggy thing. But like, look at that high school. And then I have, I think I have in this pile that I was going to show everybody another high school that looks eerily similar. It has nothing, it's a different state. It's a different everything. And it's interesting to me how some people, I guess, again, it comes down to what town you live in. What the heck is this card? I really want to show you. It's so similar. It's scary. Like, you know, here's a similar kind of a situation. There are a lot of red brick buildings, you know, and this one is in a different town. This is in Red Bank, New Jersey, as opposed to Manchester, New Hampshire. But, you know, eerily similar card, except this is a white border too. But it's amazing. I mean, this lady might have had a, like, who's Jay Smith was saying, they have like a little alert on the system or something. If anything comes up with Manchester, New Hampshire, let me know about it. So that's pretty cool. Nice little basic card that I wouldn't have thought would be worth $10, but guess what? Horse and buggy. I've been putting U.S. flag or American flag in almost any listing that has one. I know there's a lot of them, but I do think there's a population of people that collect flags or images with flags in them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Don, he's all over the place, but he does have some really highly priced ads. That's for very, you know, mundane kind of stuff too. General newbie question: when you send an offer on allow counter offer, do you say anything? Invite them to counter? I don't. I mean, this is just for me. And again, anybody can speak to this. I don't. When I send offers, I don't put the allow counter offer thing, because otherwise you're getting for me anyway. I don't want to get into this back and forth over 50 cents or $1. It's like take it or leave it, you know. But I could see if you wanted to do that, when you send an offer out and allow counter offer, do you say anything? Invite them to counter. If you invite them to counter, you're almost automatically giving up your offer. Because who's going to say, no, I'm good. I'll take I'll pay $10. Why would I go for $8? You know, that's just my 2 cents on that one. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Welcome. You did miss a lot, but none of it was really worth seeing anyway, so no loss. You got your call paper cutter. Congratulations. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I would have loved to do some listing with you tonight. And that was the intent of this show. As you could probably see in the description, I think I wrote, yes, we're listing or something, right? Ads. But the new listing tool, not behaving for me for presentation purposes. It's not allowing the image of the ad to be blown up sufficiently that everybody can read it on the screen. So I kind of abandoned ship on the print ad there. I'll revisit. I'll see if there's a way around it. Worst case scenario, what we're going to do is just pull up an image by itself outside of eBay. I'll share that image with everybody. We could take a look at this, at the ad together, and then we'll have to go into eBay separately after we've seen the ad. So just a little bit longer, but oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, get rolling. You hope to get a scanner for Christmas. Cool. Good luck. Kelly says someone messaged him about the correct building on it. Obviously, great, thank you. But then she asked me to include the card number in the series. Because people don't read, Kelly. Haven't we already agreed on that fact? But isn't it interesting? To me, that's interesting that card sells for $10. It's just a high school in New Hampshire. Nothing like incredibly scary or wonderful. And I must have, like everybody, I'm sure, Kelly probably has 10,000 cards like that, high schools in towns. And it intrigues me why people are interested in maybe one more than the other. And I guess, again, it probably just comes down to the town. Maybe they went to that school or the relatives went to that school. Good stuff, though. I have another pile here that I don't know what it is. Hold on. Oh, yeah, this is that auditorium thing I was showing everybody. And yeah, here's another one that I think we showed this one earlier, too. The green screen might recap it. But that's another high school. Red brick building like they all seem to be back then. Okay. Oh, you meant to ask about the big scanner. Is it wireless? Mine is, that's actually a very good question. Mine, I wired mine because I just wanted that connectivity, and the proximity of the device is very close to me, so I have it wired. I do not know if it's a wireless. I would imagine for that kind of money, you would think they better be able to do it wirelessly. Oh, absolutely, man. I know people collect all kinds of stuff. I was going to try to help Dawn with that question, but it'd just be the same thing. I'd be looking it up. Churches, school, libraries, post offices. Yeah, I have post office. Exactly. Same thing. Post offices. Yep. But it's good to know when for a postcard, decent money. Anytime I could get $10, I'm pretty happy. A lot of them do sell for, or would get listed for $4, $5, $3. When you get 10, it feels kind of good. If you think about the return, right? If you spent, I think I had the exact number, 40 cents ish, which was actually high. Try to say 50 cents or under per. So if I can get $10 on something I spent 40 cents for, I'm pretty happy. And then do that over and over and over on a much bigger scale, which is why I want to keep listing postcards. Since two of us would be using it and no room immediately beside us, either of us. Yeah, man, I mean, somebody's going to have to. First of all, does anybody realize who's conspicuous in his absence this evening? Unless he's just being covert as always. This could be the very first time we are missing the legend CJ Gordon. CJ, are you with us? I just realized he's not here. I was going to say CJ is one to look up stuff, Dawn. Hope he's okay. Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be another feature that you got to pay for. But when did I buy mine? I think mine's about 3 years old at this point, maybe. Roughly. Plus Tech Optic Slim. I'll look it up since Dawn doesn't want to do it. Try to find the exact model. A3. Doing it? Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? I think did I buy it on, I think I bought it on Amazon. I want to see because what did I say? 3 years? I want to see when I bought it. I don't know if you guys are like me or my family, but my God, do we buy a lot of stuff on Amazon? It's almost obscene. God almighty. Scanner. I'm just going to type the word scanner. Oh no, I was wrong. It's 2 years. It's currently on for, $350. There's a link, everybody, if anybody wants to take a look at it. That's the exact one I have. And what got me, the search term I used, talk about the importance of keywords. When I was trying to find a larger scanner to accommodate these Life magazines primarily at this point, I used the word blueprint. And that's kind of what fired everything in, for this specific scanner. I was thinking of getting that Caesar one, that like overhead one that a lot of people use for books, but this one it works so well for the large form factor print ads. CJ is here. I knew it. Thank you, CJ. Oof. I'm like, my God, I haven't heard from CJ all night. That's cool. Offer gods must have heard your newbie question. Just got to watch and sent me a best price with no counter option. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Or Jeopardy Final Music. If you're all doing shopping, let me know. I can give you my affiliate link. There you go. Do you have one for my scanner? CJ, you got to get it out of the box. It's not going to do anybody any good in that thing. It's been quiet in here tonight, CJ. Ridiculously quiet. Probably because I wasn't able to execute on a listing show. Because I didn't do any due diligence with this new tool. I just figured, we'll learn it together. And hey, Erica, how you doing? We are talking scanners. The question came up about my, at least my scanner to fit those larger ads. And I put a link in there if anybody's interested. If they don't have it handy, or if they want to take a look, it's when I bought it was $350. I don't know did I give you that? Yeah, that's a current link. So it was $350. But for me, it's a game changer because it provides you with these really high quality scans that accommodates every magazine I've thrown out. The biggest one was bigger than life, the Ladies' Home Journals. That 1904 one that I just showed everybody. This is the longest ad, I believe, that I have, which is 16-inch long advertisement, this one. And it laughs at this. Gets it all in. Yes, the big flatbed. It is still in the box. Well, why rush these things? So everybody, I often get questions about the scanner, so I'm glad somebody brought it up. And there's a link if anybody's interested. Again, just check it out. Scroll up. If you have any interest in picking up, or maybe getting it as a gift, that would make a really good gift. What do you got, Erica? You here to talk scanners? Bring it on. Contribute to the conversation. I'll be delighted. Turn the fan off as a chill begins to come over the basement here. Apparently, you hate change in your pocket, too, because you keep spending it on stuff that just sits there. I mean, that's a good piece of equipment. Come on. Especially the scanner. Phones, You would just say at your local library using the V5 and just get to do some slides. Cool, cool, cool. Actually, it's ironic that CJ brings up the new phone thing. My wife uncharacteristically broke her phone by the screen like a week ago. It fell. And despite having like the Gorilla or the Otterbox or whatever, still cracked the screen. But she had that phone for like 5 years or so. I guess just a matter of time before it cracks. and I picked up a pronto. Oh my God, new screen. And it wasn't so much about a new phone. It was just that it was broken in a fashion that, like, when she scrolls and stuff, she could cut her hand. It's like a glass thing. So anyway, I ordered one immediately. I had it like overnighted. This was like 7 days ago. And although it's not still in the box like CJ's, it is still sitting in back of my green screen, and it has not been activated because she wants to use the old one, or she wants to find out. She has like some games and stuff that she loves, and she's not sure if they'll port over to the new phone. So much like CJ, as I sit here laughing at that whole philosophy, my wife's doing the exact same thing. Brand new phone sitting there, had to get it immediately, paid extra overnight. Nothing. It's a paperweight. Nutty, 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 I tell you. But that is good stuff, Erica. I haven't I do have some slides, but I listed them together. Like I listed a whole tray. What do you call it? Not a tray. Like a metal case filled with slides that I picked up a while ago at an estate sale. I got like 6 big old trays. I think they each contained, I don't know if I still have an active listing. Let me check. At least 100 slides in each one. So I've never listed individual slides before. I know some of them can go for great money, like anything else. But I've only listed the whole tins. I sold 2 of them, I think, out of the 6 for like $100-something bucks each, which was cool for me. Got them for virtually nothing. But I've been intrigued. We had a guest on a long time ago, Travis and I did on the show, who was all about the photography and slides. It was a really interesting show. If you guys get a chance to check that out. In the playlist, you could probably find it. It's probably from like last spring. There's an Epson DS 50,000. Yeah. That's great, though. Talk about being resourceful, just good old-fashioned go to the library, right? Love it. Do you? Hey, J.I., how you doing? You use a light box to take photos of slides. Cool. I picked up, again, after the show, I picked up a like a handheld thing, a viewer, but it doesn't take photos. It's just a viewer. So I could look at some slides, just it's a simple little thing like this, and you pop in a slide and you look at it. But I don't have isn't there an attachment or something you could put on a scanner to have it come out in as a photo? I seem to remember that. But welcome to the show, J.I. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, or was it just J? Yeah, J.I. Awesome. Good stuff. You got to love it when something's not expensive, but it helps you. Not everything has to be a $350 scanner, Oh, I was just going to look something up, and I forgot. Yeah, absolutely. You got the slides for free. There you go. I figured, what the hey? Yep, mid-50s, Air Force related. Oh, cool. Oh man, that's something I would probably take a look at and sell individually. Good luck with that. Are you just listing them now? You just starting to list them? Yeah, you got to ask, right? We're going to wrap it up fairly shortly, guys. I apologize. The whole listing thing kind of threw me into a depressive state. No, not depressive. Just that was really the goal tonight, was to do some listing. I don't want to be able to, it's not going to be a lot of fun if we can't see the ads together. So I'll set something up for, I will not be on next Friday because I do have a back-to-back Beatles shows, 28th and 29th, Halloween shows. Pretty cool. Friday and Saturday. But I'll definitely be on Monday. And wouldn't you know it, Halloween is a Monday this year. that could be very good for us. We do the chat. We flip to the chat show thing. Just figuring them out right now. I know nothing about the stuff. I figure out how to identify the planes and things. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I had I listed some military stuff too, which I don't really know much about either. And I posted in a good old Facebook group about military stuff. And again, super helpful. I posted a photo, and like a few minutes later, I had several people coming back with information that you could read the specifics on the tail of that jet or whatever, and it tells you like, you know, all sorts of information I never would have gathered myself. So maybe there's something out there, Erica, to help you with that. Some resources. The Facebook groups are often really cool. If you search like military aircraft Facebook group or something to that effect, I don't know. You might have some luck, and then you can post some of the pictures and say, "Hey guys, what's this? Anybody know?" The one I always talk about was the real photo postcard one. Which I know a few people have joined after I mentioned it, so it's pretty cool. I find myself looking in there just for fun. I was looking in it just for fun prior to getting into postcards, because it's beyond postcards. It's just image. It's really images. They're all real photos, and the stories behind some of the pictures themselves are just so cool. The fact that it's a postcard is almost secondary. You know, it's just the pictures are cool. So maybe if I don't know if you've done that already, Erica, but maybe just take a look on Facebook if you are so inclined, and you know, do a search for a group. While you're at the library, you could probably find a couple of books about those planes. Yeah, there you go. That's also a good thing. When in the library. Good advice from Dawn. I'll tell you, more than a few years ago, like 6-7 years ago, my wife and I used to go to a library to kind of just get out of the house a little bit. And it was the first time I had been in a library, I'm embarrassed to say, but in a while. You know, I hadn't really had a need to go to a library much once the internet kicked in and all that stuff, and I have enough books. But what a pleasant experience. At least the one we went to, it was so relaxing. And we would hang out for hours and hours and just like buy a cup of coffee and relax in the library. It's a really nice environment. If anybody misses libraries and stuff, I highly recommend you pop back in. Very, very relaxing place to be. And most times of the day anyway. Yeah. Yeah, why not, right? Can't hurt to try. Let me know if it works. Hopefully you find something. Yeah, guys, I really do apologize for this. I don't know why I didn't know that it would be such an issue with the photos. So what we'll do is we'll regroup, and the next time I do a listing show, I'll just, Kelly had said it, like just bring up a photo separately. That's what we're going to have to do for now anyway, unless I find out if it's something that can be tweaked within eBay, which somehow I doubt. But that's what we'll do going forward. We'll just blow up photos of the ads by themselves. We'll take a look. We won't be able to do it in the eBay website as much as we used to because it's too small. But it's still, you know, still works. We'll be able to look at the photo, and then we'll just go back to eBay. We'll put in some keywords and stuff that everybody brings up, and we'll list it that way. But just have to adapt once again to these changes that CJ avoids like the plague. I understand there's a lot of people like that just don't like change of any kind. So something as simple as you know, a template change or whatever can throw people for a loop. I definitely understand it, and it threw me for a loop tonight. New listing tool, because I didn't know you couldn't blow up photos. But I'll see everybody on Monday night. We'll do the chat show. I'll report in if there's any updates to this whole photo thing within eBay, at least for the purposes of my show. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on for Monday specifically. Still waiting. Those few people have asked about Travis. He's everything's fine. Thank goodness he's fine. It was something, just a family related thing that he really needed to devote time to. And it is working itself out, thank goodness, which is really good news. So he will be back. I promise you, he'll be back. I miss having him on the show on Mondays. We definitely like to get some more guests on the show, like we used to do all the time. I miss that too. But I still have a great time just talking with everybody, kind of 1 on 30 or whatever shows up. I was gonna say 1 on 1 on 35 or whatever comes into the room on a given show. So I'll see everybody on Monday. We'll continue trucking on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. If anybody has any questions, as always, just send me an email. If you don't mind hitting the thumbs up on your way out the door, I'd really appreciate that too. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for putting up with the stuff and the garbled sound, which until Dawn told me I didn't know was an issue. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.